Hi, teammates. We'll dive into some mysteries here. So, I've got a breakdown today of the seventh spirit of God, which is the droid. That's Dan Barrent. And then Abu Dare as the great white shark killer with the two knives in the French prison. And then Armenia genocide. That's a genocide that he went through. And he gets the new Nuck Zion because of that. And then because of that also, he went to the 90s program. And that's the 1990s program. It's like the film The Matrix. And it's like a loop that they're in. Everything, like they live their whole life, but it just stays in a 90s setting. It never they never get like advanced Apple products or anything like that. It just stays 90s like. And he was the zebra, okay? He was that detective slash surfer who, ran his program backwards, which means he like collected all the evidence and wouldn't let anything escape him as the flood, because the flood comes whenever, you're really figuring out everything, and then it's like a flood against you, and that's the Aquila, eagle. Eagle Latin name is the Aquila, which means that you put everything together and then you tend to miss what's right in front of you because it was a distraction, because it comes as a flood. So then, and that's the Aquila eagle, okay, and that represents Michael J. Fox, who has the Parkinson's, because that's a constant flood against him. Just wanted to go over this here, but then he equals Dan Barrent, and all those are Dan Barrent. So I don't think we've done a big breakdown on Dan Barrent before, but this is it right now. I've just said that he's Abu Dare and he's the droid, but this is his full. These are all his characteristics here. These are all his reincarnation. So, I got a phrase here from Paul Begley: "Point your finger at the Taliban." That's what he said in his show that he had, and then those are receipt numbers. And as I was getting ready to film this, a white car was doing donuts over here by this tree, that where I film sometimes in the car, and so that was, and they were filming it. So there's some symbolism there, but it could just be in the moment. But anyway, the single reduction KV is 166, 833 R Frank Baconis, and keypad 172. So I did 166 divided by 0.833172, and I got, look what that is, 1992, my birthday, C857, okay, 2587652298, and I believe all that decimal there equals in between Barrent and Walker, which is the way that I'm writing this, okay, and then the 857, I got Claviceps purpurea, which affects people that get driven, people that they say are demonically possessed, and then people that, for the ox goad, get separated, just like the Heat film ending, okay? And that's 857 AD. So I'm looking at this for a possible Mountain Dew Lemon type reference, the Claviceps purpurea. And one of the 10 Elite paws was Paul Walker, okay? So the way I'm starting to see this, and it's starting to unfold, is the stout little horn could be Paul Walker, and the fierce little horn is Barrent, okay? Because it would make sense if the fierce were someone later than Paul Walker, because that's when the transgressors have come to the full. Okay, so this is kind of a theory, but it's also, I feel like we're getting down to the nitty gritty, like we're getting it all squared away here. And the fierce, I believe, would be Barrent, okay? And then the stout is Paul Walker, and he's one of the 10 Elitipas and gets redeemed, but the 9 probably don't, That's just, I don't know. I'm not the judge of it, but anyway, wanted to go over this because the little horns represent the ones that are hacked into the matrix, that have the pod, the matrix pod that Neo comes out of and has to pull the thing out of his mouth and